Can you hear me now? Can you hear me yet? Is he waving? Can he hear me? That's all right. I'll talk to you. Look, so three things. We'll start, if you have any questions from last night, we can start off with those. We can make comment and write them down here. We'll get back to whatever that might be to address that in the days as we go forward. In this room, yes, the carpet is already considered. We'll get this carpet replaced as we open this room. I hoped that we would be opening the bids to the big room Monday night. That got delayed a week, so we won't open the bids on the big room renovations until Monday. If it's not overly complicated, we'll put that before you Monday night. We'll add it to the agenda when we get that. As far as the rest of the changes in this room, yes, we need more microphones. We need more like this one, and Hunter's going to get on the ball with that. We need to secure these. We're going to get 3. This one is rechargeable, so we'll get 3 and put them in this room so nobody else can have access to them. Try to get away from the one with AA batteries in it, even though we'll keep it for a backup. And if y'all remember years ago, this was our first attempt at getting something that everybody in the room could see, this projector up here on the wall. Never has really worked okay. It was good. It was an inexpensive way to go 10 years ago, but we'll take it down. What I'd like to do is get a great big TV to put up there that anybody in the room can see. That way we won't have to have this one in here and everybody can see whatever everybody's talking about. So a big TV, new carpet, and microphones. And also the last thing I'll say is the new or modern microphones that are in front of you have a light on there that's green or red. And you can look at it and tell the mic's on or not at the mic. And I'd like to replace all of those too. So just simple upgrades in here. All right. Any questions about last night? Anything jump out at you that you'd like to know about? Okay. Tracy's ahead of the game now, so she'll start working on tomorrow's first thing in the morning, and we'll go from there. All right, Chief, thank you for being here. You fully refreshed and ready to go?
Yes, sir.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Tracy, the floor is yours.
Okay, we'll start with the police department budget. So I think we sent those in Civic Plus so that y'all could see them. We'll just kind of scroll through this summary tab and go down to where we've kind of captured the key items, which one, of course, is what we talked about with the personnel. In account 571, we do have patrol, computer and radios for patrol cars, which I think you had mentioned.
Yes. So under the any radios or communications gear that goes in the patrol cars or handheld radios, things like that, we get reimbursed back from Miss Win, and that $4,000 underneath the 571 is just adding a little bit extra money to help us out because we're going to have to buy some more patrol cars because we're looking to expand a little bit.
So in account 600, we did have polygraph testing that we included in there. Bonds, the bond fee that was in there, it has gone up, plus there's additional staff or turnover in staff that we increased that number a little bit. Copier rental, that's really kind of related to overages. There's copier rentals in the court services.
Court services, and we have 3 copiers. One's in the lobby. Pretty much everybody uses it, and then there's one in booking.
Right.
And since we're closer to being fully staffed, more people are working, more people are making copies. That usage has gone up a little bit more on it.
We've added some CEUs to the training, which approximates that $4,000. And then a wellness and EAP membership, that includes that $12,000 increase. It went from 17.9 to 18.4. It's an incremental increase every year for the next 4 or 5 years? No. 4. Okay. PERS, yes. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and no. Well, yes, it is. I want to add 4 more officers to there, and the reason why is because I went back and looked at all of our calls. The majority of our calls are coming in between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., so I want to add a swing shift out there where it puts 2 officers working from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., and since we're on 12-hour shifts, I need 4 people, but hiring 2 in October and then filling the other 2 in April help out greatly. And then that just kind of augments the shifts. And then when they're in shift change, because that's usually the busiest times, 6 in the morning or 6 in the evening, they're dealing with wrecks, school traffic, things of that nature. You still have 2 people there that can handle those things while the other guys can do a quick shift change and then get out on the road.
So what we'd like to do is hire 4, 2 effective October 1, 2 effective once we get halfway through the year, we get to April. And that would be that 4 addition. If you're in agreement with that, I mean, it'd be in the budget, but you can give me a nod right now, and I can go ahead and start advertising, and we can start taking applications for that, if you're all kind of in agreement. It's a good thing to be adding 4 more police officers, which is going to increase the cost of cars and this kind of thing, but I really think we're in a position where we need to do that. I think we're financially healthy enough to do that. Just don't want to hire 4 at one time. I'd rather kind of stagger it in with 2 and 2. If you're in agreement, we'll go ahead and.
Just my question is,
Well,
I just want to say that.
I would say an incremental growth would be the way to go. So, and that's up to you, though. You think that's
I believe incremental growth is the way to go because when you're looking at hiring officers, especially if we're expanding, I mean, that's 4 extra cars I got to go buy this FY. That's 4 more guns I have to buy, 4 more uniforms, all that, and adding that all up together. When you start getting into 4, if you get up into those numbers, it's going to cost a lot more. So if we can get 4 this year, 4 next year, and then have that incremental growth, that'll help us out to where we need to be at. Got it covered. Matter of fact, both of them just went to training a couple weeks ago down on the coast and got back, and they're ready to get back in the schools this week.
on the cars, we'll go ahead and talk about the cars that we got from Missouri.
Yes, sir.
We need to
So-
continue that. what we
Yes,
did.
so last year we got the cars from Missouri and buying a used car from them, getting it for half the price of what it would normally cost us. A lot of the problems that we're having with cars is we get with these dealerships, and these dealerships they can get cars, but when you're dealing with Capitol Police who's buying 50 cars a year, they'd rather deal with Capitol Police because they're going to make more money off of that versus us if we're buying 5 to 6 cars a year. We get put on the back burner a lot of times, and it's not just Brandon, it's a lot of these other smaller agencies. So last year I contacted Missouri Highway Patrol, and we bought 8 Chargers from them, got a good price on it, had them upgraded, upfitted, and when we got the vehicles, I was really impressed with it because not only did we get a good deal on it, there was not even a screw hole inside of it. The way that they do this is they put their lights and stuff in so that they can take it out, and when you get that car, they put new tires on it, they go through it thoroughly, do tune-ups on it. You're getting a car at 50,000 miles, but it feels like it's a brand-new car. When I sat down in one of them, it even smelled brand new. So I'd like to continue doing that. Kansas Highway Patrol has the same kind of programs. Kansas is a little bit different. They actually give you the light bars, sirens, and everything else, and the push bumpers on it, which would save us even a little bit more money. And I'd kind of want to reach out to either Missouri or Kansas and see if they have any cars or units available. I've talked to Kansas this week. I'm waiting to hear back from Missouri to see what they have. And as we get cars that way, I'd rather do it that way because, one, we know we're going to get them. We don't have to deal with this, oh, they'll be here in 2 weeks like I dealt with last year with 3 different dealers. And when they say they have them, they have them. Yes, sir.
And I did want to point out in personnel, when I pull that number, that is personnel plus benefits. That's also workers' comp. So any changes in that personnel number are attributable to FICA taxes, PERS, health insurance, workers' comp. So all of that is in that one number.
We can't. We have considered it, but I'm looking at. Mhm. Yep. I've also looked at the numbers of how much that stuff costs because it's not on state contract, and they're pretty expensive. When I can buy a vehicle for in the 30,000 range when they're 70, 80,000 range. And all I've got to do is put a radio in it, stripe it out. Just financially, to me, it seems more appropriate to go with the cheaper option.
So is there any particular account y'all want to look at individually on these tabs? I've kind of summarized it here, but. Okay, we'll go to the next. You want to do drug seizure?
Sure.
Okay, so in drug seizure, you'll see actually a decrease in the budget amount because, of course, in fiscal year '25, we did purchase those vehicles. Plus, we had a reduction in just specialized department equipment, a reduction in vehicles. So really, only the capital expenditures are what we had the reduction in, which of course is the vehicles and specialized equipment.
No, we still have Kelly, Connor's dog, and I'm still working with I'm waiting to hear back with Department of Homeland Security. They see how much allocation funds they have for a bomb dog, because a bomb dog on amphitheater sweeps and having them for the school if we get a bomb threat, sometimes it's been a hassle to get one here, and they're coming from far away because the local bomb dogs are busy working or they're off. And I've talked to them. They said that they're going back through the reallocation funds, and we've been bumped up there as a priority. If they do have the reallocation funds, they would like to give it to us so that we can purchase a bomb dog. So Kelly's going to be 9 years old. Hassan should be 5 this year. And then, so if we're looking at getting a bomb dog, we're probably looking at getting about a 2-year dog by the time they're fully trained. Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Should be in the drug seizure underneath the, is it 740 or?
We have, 740.
Okay. The Chargers were 26,000 coming from Missouri. So far, yes, sir. The only difference between the Chargers and the Durangos in this price is the Durangos already have the lights on it and everything. When we bought the Chargers from Missouri, we had to buy lights, bumpers, radios, prisoner partitions, things of that nature, where when we get the Kansas cars, the only thing we got to buy is the prisoner partitions, a radar, stripe the car, and a radio. So the lights and the sirens are already taken out of it, which gets costly when you start upgrading 9 cars. On a police car, about 5 years, 5 to 8 years. We have a few that exceed that. Those are the academy cars. That's the ones that when we get one that goes to the academy, they'll burn out tires, and then we've had instructors get in our cars because of their older cars doing J-turns, skidding off the skid pad. Just J-turns where you're driving backwards and then you hit the brakes real quick and you throw it in the forward. Basically, you're coming this way and spinning around, going the opposite way is a J-turn. So they dog them out pretty bad at the academy. That's why we always try to keep an older car. So when these guys are going through the academy, they tear something up, it's tearing up an older car. We're not tearing up a newer car. No. But the days of the Crown Vic are over with, and I really wish they'd come back. But no, we don't have any more Crown Vics. And actually, the day of the Charger is it's coming soon. They're starting to sunset on the Chargers. That's why the Durangos and the Explorers, Tahoes are gotten so expensive. Somebody reached out to me about a Tahoe, and just the base, I mean, without any blue lights or anything, we're looking at 55,000. So by the time you put blue lights, everything, stripe it out, you're looking probably 70,000 easily per one vehicle. Explorers on state contract run 43,000 if you're getting them new. But again, if you're having to put lights in it, push bumpers, everything else, that's where your added costs come in there. You pretty much add another 10, 15,000 to it. Yeah. But the good news is, knock on wood, we haven't had very many of them wrecked this past year. So, they've been taking care of the cars. All right, I'll be quiet on it.
No, go ahead. I just need to make note when we finish up.
Okay. So, no, last year we had a couple of them have some fender benders. We had one decent little wreck where two of them decided they were going a little too fast in the parking lot, responding to a call. And I implemented a program where, okay, you have a take-home car, but I look at it as a privilege. And so I took the take-home car away from them for a little while, and when they had to burn their own gas to get to work, they kind of realized, hey, this is a privilege. Since I implemented that program, they haven't been wrecking the cars. They've been taking care of them a lot better. Yes, sir. They do.
Do y'all have any more?
If y'all want to go, come on. I'm telling you, when you got in that vehicle and there was 8 or 9 people in the vehicle on an 8 to 9 hour journey, it was on a bus. We had my Tahoe and then a van, and one person had to stop every 30 minutes to use the restroom, and there was another person that ate something they probably shouldn't have eaten at the gas station. So yes, if you really want to go on that trip, you're more than welcome to.
Right. Right.
You have to take the trip up first. So that's the bad.
Okay, did y'all have any more questions on drug seizure? Did y'all want to look at any other line item? So we'll go to court services. Oh,
Steve-O is doing the dog training, 10-8 K9. He's here in Brandon. He's actually off of Andrew Chapel, just outside the city, over off of Ed Span.
I think did he? Okay, so in court services, we have the personnel change, which overall our change from 25 to 26 is $9,600, approximately $9,600. $8,400 of that is personnel, and then $1,200 of that is training, which is an increase in the clerk training. And that is it. That was pretty cut and dry.
You be go quicker tomorrow night? What? You be quicker tomorrow night? Can you be quicker? I can't.
We're done.
No questions? Okay, just a couple comments. Rex, quite honestly, they've done a great job of slowing them down. I cannot count the number of complaints I got about cars going too fast. You have to this an emergency? And one that comes to mind is a 10-year-old in a diabetic coma. And they threw one, because they didn't want to wait on the ambulance, they threw him in the car to get him to ER as fast as they could. So that's part of what emergency response is all about. Cost of officers, you know, I tell you all the time, I can remember buying, I wish Matthew Miller was in the room, I can remember buying a ton of, what was it, asphalt for $50. Now it's like $135. You know, it's just, you know, 3 times as much. Y'all learned that? We put in that water well behind Cornerstone. I was dancing in the street because we got $3.2 million. Said we can put a well in and a water tower up for that. Just barely put the well in, you know? So stuff has gone up. It's not coming down. And that's just the way it's going to be. So cost of officers, whether it's fire or whether it's police, are the same way. Talk about the cost of the car, what it takes to outfit it, radio, uniform, sidearm, training, blah, 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 blah. Used to be, I would look at you and say, an officer, police officer costs the taxpayers $100,000. But now it's $200,000. It's just the way it is, you know, and we need to get used to that. I mean, it's a cost in service, and it's expensive.
But one other thing on that also is the attrition rate that we had, especially, is very good. It's gone down. So we have right now about a 10% attrition rate from the officers leaving from last year. A lot of that is because of the realignments that we did. We're bringing in people, and we also want to bring in people that don't want to be here just for 1 or 2 years or get certified and go to the county. We're bringing in people, and we're screening people that want to be here and want a career here, that want to invest in Brandon. So that's how we have such a low attrition rate. And when you have that, you don't have to keep spending money on uniforms, vests, polygraph tests, psych tests, things of that nature. You keep that employee, and you can invest in them with the training, and you're going to get more bang for your buck out of that. So, sorry.
No. So it's never a better compliment to the city of Brandon than when you lose an officer that goes and becomes a chief somewhere, because they're going to apply. But that's a compliment to you. You shouldn't be looking at it as you lost something. We didn't pay them enough. You know, that's just a career ladder that they're on. You want to encourage people to improve their lives. Last thing I want to tell you is it will be coming, as soon as we get the budget settled and adopted, I'm going to be coming at you with things that we need to consider for our next bond issue. And one of these is going to be a renovation of PD, primarily dispatch, which is going to be very expensive, all the wires and bells and whistles. But we don't need to gut the building, but there's some gut work that needs to be going on, redo the court. Chief and I have talked about that. But an extensive rebuild and modernization. You know, that building now is 27 years old, 28 years old. 28. And we need a modern dispatch that's going to carry us for more than 10 years. So we really need to invest in a modern dispatch. I firmly believe that. Handle both police and fire, animal control, and court services are in there, and records are in there, and all that kind of stuff. But that needs to be a big ticket item, and we need to do it right. There you go. That's my 3 things I wrote down. Y'all got any questions, Chief or Tracy?
Will we see at some point down on your sheet that shows the police department what the role play, what that officer's compensation is? I don't know, maybe one of your, Jared needs to see one of your laptop I was being funny there, trying to, you know what I'm talking about?
We,
Color code things, you got the officer, what did you do last year?
we need to, in our next, well, which will be Monday night, we will have an executive session Monday night. Some of there are some compensation things we need to talk about outside of this, you know, that's kind of private to people. You know, you want to try to be careful when you start throwing Social Security numbers around, things like that. So, you know, we protect our employees just like we do But I put legal pads and new pens down, because that's enough of picking on the rookie. I don't want to hear any more of that kind of stuff.
So you don't provide it cheap or something like that?
We'll work on it. Yes, sir, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
All right, we'll work on it.
All right.
Well, it's helpful.
Yeah.
I know we can benefit from that. I know.
Yeah.
I benefit, selfishly, I'm asking.
It's the talking points, Jeremy, that you don't see. Like I say, everything you just talked about in here, except the drug seizure fund, it's kind of its own fund over here by law and needs to be. But the general fund of these two guys and their departments, I mean, it's, I'll come up with a percentage, but I'd say it's 55, pushing 60% of what the general fund budget is. And then you try to say, we want to do streets, well, storm drains and all this kind of stuff. There's only so much money left. Take down dead trees. I'm betting we're closing in on $400,000 this year. And I don't know how much the county is spending, but it's astronomical. And that's a great example of, we didn't have that problem last year. We take down a few trees along, we might have spent $15,000, $12,000 last year, but we start taking down all these dead trees, it adds up quick. It's all right, quite all right. I'm using my hands a lot. All right. But you take a $400,000 hit on the general fund, well, then you can't do other things, you see? That's the flexibility you got to maintain, management. All right, we're done. Y'all got anything else? If you would, write down notes from tonight or last night and give them to Tracy so she can begin to internalize that, and we'll go from there.
Oh, good. Right. I will. Okay. Right. Would it be easier for us to put it in Civic, Civic Plus?
Yeah, we tried two things. Tried to
Right.
zip file, zip, and Civic.
Okay, because I sent the link and then I sent, yeah,
Okay,
okay.
okay, that's how we'll do it, Civic.
Did you see last night?
Well, no, I didn't put those from last night in Civic. Yeah, I just emailed, but I can upload those to last night's agenda in Civic Plus. Oh, I did. Okay, we need to edit that group. Okay, I apologize about that. We'll edit that group for Aldermen.
Don't look at me, it's your group.
It's not my group.
I don't have any problem doing that. Thank you for being here. We're adjourned.